Hi there. Hope all of you are well, fellow dancers and everyone. So I am Catherine Debra and Catherine Nyekamba. Let's go by Nyekamba today. And I am here to take you through and to redefine to you what ballet is. And redefining it is answering questions like, can I start even though I consider myself old, which I don't like to use, let's just say as an adult. And will my weight be a hindrance? Will my weight or height and also age with all the issues that arise when we ask this question? So let's just dive into it, but I will give you a short intro. Hi to everyone. And I'll give you a short intro as to how I came to know what ballet is, because apparently a lot of people don't know what that is. So let's just dive into it. I started ballet when I was, how I got to know about ballet was when I was around 8 years old, and we used to live in the outskirts of Naivasha. And I would actually like if many of the people who are joining in comment down when you even got an idea of what ballet was, even if it's just being explained to by someone. So I knew it from a cartoon, Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, which was ilikuwa ya kitambo. And I kept watching and rewatching and just trying to do a lot of the moves, because ballet was like the baseline and the storyline of that whole cartoon and the animation. So I started trying to do it. I kept nudging my parents, Mom, look at what I can do. Look at what, and nagging my dad too. And a lot of people have just been knowing it from animation. So when my parents took note of it, and then they were like, okay, not many people know about ballet in Naivasha, God, no one. But when we moved closer to Nairobi, they started looking for a dance school. And when they found a dance school, it was Muziki Tele. They were really scarce. They had to actually go to individual schools, because there were like 3 that they found. And they were quite expensive, but it was something that I really wanted to do, and I kept nudging them. And that's how I just came to start ballet. And I started when I was 11, which for the ballet community is considered late, but I think that was a perfect time to start, considering that not many people knew about what ballet was. Even I myself, I just thought it was like, I don't know, just throwing your hands and feet everywhere. It was a very interesting experience. So to dive right into, can I start even though I am an adult? I I keep telling anyone, even though they ask me as a joke, you can definitely start. If a mindset can be changed, if an attitude can be changed, you can also just start ballet. Because I don't believe that age is usually a hindrance, because many people think that as you advance in age, you're not as flexible or as strong. But with ballet, I have seen that you gain the strength, because right now when you haven't started ballet, you're in just your comfort zone. You're in mostly your comfort zone, where you might feel a little tired almost all the time, and unfit and all that. But when you start ballet, you become flexible. You find your body doing things that it usually didn't before, becoming more flexible, becoming more strong, which is a byproduct of just starting and seeing where it goes. So I am going to take you through what I believe is really important to consider when you're starting your ballet. And I think patience for me is my number one key, because even though I started when I was 11, even back then, the teachers that were training me, they were also learning. So for those who have joined in, we're just starting, just knowing like what to really anticipate when you're starting a ballet class, and just things to keep in mind when you start your ballet class. Yes, patience. So the first thing we start, when this is your body, this is something your body doesn't normally do, which is dance constantly. And I live in, there we go. Sorry, huku stima zinapoteaga in because I live quite far from civilization. It's just the outskirts of the world. But yeah, we're back and we're talking about what to consider when you're starting your ballet. And the first thing is to be patient with yourself. Because as I started ballet, I thought it was going to be easy because like I was 11 and you think you can conquer the world. Of course you can conquer whatever the heck that you want to. But you have to be patient with yourself because this is something that you don't actually do. And for those who, yes, we're back. For those who are impatient, this could be a struggle for you. I struggle a lot with being impatient with myself. So I really had to learn being patient with myself because we start at grade, we even start at pre-primary when you're just taught to move your hands in a certain way. So I was like, what the heck are you trying to make me do? So what the teacher used to just keep telling us, even at 11, you don't understand, just move your hands every day for like freaking the whole year. Just move your hands up, move your hands out, because it's going to be a slow process. But once you master the art of just being patient with yourself, because the teachers know what you need to learn as you keep progressing, so you just have to be patient with yourself and patient with the teachers and patient with yourself and your teachers. The second thing I had to really learn was to be consistent with my practices. When I started out, not many people, which I wish I learned, but I think it's also essential that I learned it now, because I learned all the way after high school that consistency is key when you start your ballet classes. Because just like working out, for the people who go to gym, you have to be very consistent so that you can see results or you can see improvement. For ballet, consistency is key, because the moment you miss practice, you will instantly feel it. Because if you're doing, I used to do only one class a week, and for ballet you need quite many classes, like 3 classes to start, and then progress progress to 3 to 4 as you continue. So we're tackling what we need to consider when we're starting our ballet class. And the first thing, because I feel this is really important for people to understand before they start, and then because a lot of people start and then they quit and then they don't know, they feel really bad after. So the first thing is patience, and then the second thing we're on, patient with yourself and the teacher. Yes. And then now second is consistency. So I was talking about how you progress from 1 class to 2 classes to 3 classes, depending on how intense you're taking this. If you're a professional level, they do it every day, all day. So consistency has to happen when you're practicing multiple times a week, or when you're practicing, you give it your all. Yes. Another factor to consider when you're starting out ballet is mostly what to expect in your class, because it is going to be intense. It's going to take a lot of your strength. So considering your food intake and what you should put out, something to really consider, because ballet class is quite intense. For starting out, it will be hard, just like any other thing. You need to just start it and you figure it out as you go on, what really works for you and what doesn't. So food is your fuel. your fossil fuel to give you energy throughout the class and throughout the day. I highly recommend carbs and protein because I take it, it is so different. It is so different. You can talk to different ballerinas and dancers and athletes to they give you different remedies, but those are the ones that work for them. You have to really find out. Yeah, you can. Yes, unaweza kula avocado. Kwanza avocado will give you fuel for a week. So take I take carbs, a lot of carbs in the morning, especially if I know I have an intense day of teaching and training. So I wake up, I usually take cereals when I'm doing my morning workout, and then after I've finished like my cardio and I've finished working out, Pilates, all that, I go to my second breakfast after my practices, which happens like at around 10 before I have to leave to go somewhere. And then I take bread with I can take toasted bread either with cheese, because cheese really works. I feel like it really digests dairy products nicely. So I take a cup of coffee, cheese, or I can take like an avocado sandwich, which is usually a favorite, avocado toast or avocado sandwich. Just protein and carbs, I usually feel like they really work for me. And then now later on the day, I don't usually take a lot of carbs during the day. I may take more of grains, because they really help. I feel very energized when I take my vegetables. I can't, let me let you into take carbs a lot in the morning, midday, even at night, but go along with vegetables, because vegetables will clear out. I feel like it even clears out any toxic any negative emotions within me, because it just gives your body the right vitamins and the right minerals to just work and take you through the day. Yes. And I think, yeah, we're done with what to consider before you start your ballet class. I hope that was quite helpful. If there is something you would like to ask, just drop it on the chat below. Yes, Afroneo Operation Operation Ballet, of course. Get your ballet slippers and meet me 7th September at the mansion studio. So we've done the introduction, we've done factors to consider when you start out ballet, and I want to just give you an insight onto the importance of ballet. Yes, I have my little notebook here. So the importance of ballet. Let me tell you, I didn't really appreciate ballet until actually, yeah, this year. And mind you, I have been dancing since I was like 11, 12 to now. I am 20 years old, and I had not really grasped the spiritual level that ballet can take you. So ballet is really important, first of all, for me emotionally, because I feel like it's a good expression of your emotions. Because just like acting, a lot of I usually see ballet and acting as one and the same thing, because you do plays. But even in class, I really like to act. For many students that I teach, I always tell them that even if you're in the bar when you're doing a plie, for those people who know what a plie is, just bending your knees with any motion, with your hands, with your feet, I try to put an emotional aspect to it. I say yes, plies are sad, big jumps are big, and I add accents to them just to give them like that emotional feel, just to like really express myself. Yes, yeah, expression, yes, expression of emotion, yeah. Thank you very much. So it is a good expressive mechanism. If you're feeling, I usually dance when I feel down. Yes, I do. I like to do many of the dance repertoires that are in YouTube, and I just put my emotions there, and I just go with it. Yeah. And the second one is it builds your strength. So strength building as your point 2. It builds strength because it takes a lot of effort to do ballet. Not forcing, it doesn't take force, it just takes a lot of effort, because we are always constantly thinking from the top of our head to the bottom of our toes. Let me tell you, it is quite intense, because you're thinking about your head posture, not too low, not too high, not to the side, not directly in front, and it also changes to your neck, how you place your neck, to your shoulders, so when you're considering all these muscles, of course you will be working out, therefore you're building strength. Yeah, it is. Yes, muscles that you never even knew existed. You can even seriously like flex a muscle in your neck and just be like, oh my god, that is new. That I didn't know I could do that. So ballet builds strength even in those small muscles that you even never thought of, and even your big muscles that you sometimes get really fatigued from just doing the normal daily things. The third thing is health wise. Ballet has been important for me because I feel like any form of exercise is important to you, because it raises your heartbeat, which causes blood supply all over the body, which requires more oxygen, which helps you breathe in deeply. And a lot of diseases I feel are caused by lack of oxygen. If you're kukosa working out, things related to the heart, things related to muscles and nerves. But with ballet, I have researched this. I have researched it mostly because I used to think that when you become older as a ballerina, you will start having issues with your body. So when you start out ballet, it will be hard. Of course, it will be hard, and you will feel like you're nearly in the brim of collapsing. But that's just a process. That is just a process. But once you start doing ballet, you will see a health, because you will have to consider what you eat. You will have to consider your energy taken and take out. You will have to consider drinking and hydrating a lot more, because you are sweating more. And all of these things, you will just do them involuntary, because ballet really kind of demands something from you, and which is energy. But then when you give it that energy, it gives you results back. So things like I'm not negating the fact a lot of things do consider you should consider other things like stress levels and all that. But when you're doing physical exercise, most importantly what we're talking about now, ballet, it will improve your health drastically. Yes, I will start. Yes, I think I am so passionate about ballet and all that it has given me, because I feel like I really have to give it more, because it improves your health, it gives you strength, emotional expression, all that. Yes, I can talk about it all day, all day. Yes, yeah, it's that. So we're also going to go to, yeah, actually, yeah, we're done. We're done with the why I believe ballet is important. We've talked about health, we've talked about emotional expression, we've talked about building your strength and stamina, and something also which was key. I found out that also it kind of reverses age. This is also not just because of ballet. This is also a lot of things. If your stress levels are increased, of course, you will age drastically. But if I can tell you, you live a stress-free life and you add ballet there, or any form of physical exercise, you will be aging backwards, because as you can see, it's a 12-year-old talking. It's a 12-year-old talking. But ballet, because it does a lot, because it takes a lot of effort, but also it also gives you a lot, like improving your health, which will make you want to eat healthy, hydrate, and all those things will make your body look good. Yes, it will make your body look good. It will make your face look good. It will make a lot of your physical appearance to look streamlined, more defined. I'm looking for the English words. More defined, and also, yes, if you want to believe, yes, younger. Yes. And I am going to go to now what to expect in a ballet class if you're starting out. Yes. Thank you, Connie, for yes, the importance of ballet, of course. So we're going to skip over to any questions that you may be having for now before I go dive into the actual class, an actual ballet class. As the questions are rolling in, I can tell you for a fact that I was not good at. Let me say I was still learning. I was still learning, even if because I truly appreciated ballet after Form 4, because then I took the time to actually I took the time to actually practice and be immersed in it, because a lot of aspects to ballet, it's not just a dance and not just performing it on stage. There are so many things, because I used to be, as I told you, I used to be very, very impatient with myself. So when I saw that I could not do a turn correctly, it used to really bug me. When I used to not jump, because I used to take a video which I watched later on, and literally would give me depression, because like I see like my leg is a little bit bent, so I used to like be very, very scrutinizing myself, like why the heck wouldn't you just put a straight leg? But when I learned a lot, when I started really appreciating my body and loving my body for what I already do, because I can't negate the fact that I can do a lot of things, a lot of very, can I say, yeah, abnormal things. So I just really had to love myself, love the way I dance. That is something I'm still struggling with, for sure. But I had to learn a lot and really appreciate ballet for what it is, not just aiming to be perfect, comparing myself. That was not it. Yeah. So I'm going to, because like I haven't seen a question, I might answer it after. I will explain to you what to expect in a ballet class. Yeah. Yeah, being kind to yourself and embracing yes, of course. The growth process is never, oh gosh, it is never a straight line. It is never just stairs. Ballet will teach you a lot, and that's why I'm telling you, really, this dance needs to be appreciated more. And many other dances out there, they really need to be appreciated, and the arts in general, because you just go from this level to this level, but then even as you move to this level, you haven't tackled everything in this level. This is just like formality, so that you don't stay in one level for all long, and then other things are added there, and then you have to learn them, then still learn other things that you didn't learn here, and then still work out, still stretch. A lot is expected for a ballerina, but that's not to scare you. That is just to explain to you that just be ready, just be kind to yourself, because it's never a straight line. Misty Copeland likes to say that her journey was like, you see how the Jesus Christ, correct me if I'm wrong, the one for showing you the heartbeat. Yes, the heartbeat. Yes, that one. That one that shows the heartbeat. That was how her improvement was like, and then slowly, kept building, and when she really loved herself and loved how she danced, she was unstoppable. And now look at where she is. She's an African American ballerina dancing at the American Ballet Theater, the first African American ballerina, the principal dancer actually. Yeah, so what to expect from a ballet class? So we will start with the basic part, which is bar, which is called bar, B-A-R-R-E, bar. So here you're actually holding on to something. It's just like a pole that is like on the wall that you hold on to it. This is usually more of the Pilates part of the class. So when we're starting there, we start with our warm up. Then warm up here is just to bring yourself into the moment that you're starting bar. Wake up all the muscles. So you can start with neck rolls. You can roll down to the floor, waking up your back, stretching your side, stretching down, doing tendus, which are just taking your leg in front and back to a certain position. Yes, it is basically it starts with a warm-up. Then we move on to something called a plie, which is just warming up our inner thighs. Then we move on to tendus and jetés. This part you just slowly build, because you start with a warm-up and then you go to the fast exercise, fast exercises are usually slow, just to really wake up your muscles and target some muscles that you want to target. And then you slowly build up to really lifting your leg, to balancing, to holding certain positions for a certain amount of time, quicker movements. So here by the time you're done with bar work, you are actually very, very warm. Yeah. And then you move on to center practice. Center practice, this is whereby you're already warm, because the last exercise at the bar work is usually grand battements. And grand battements, you throw your leg to the front, to the side, and to the back. Yes, very much to 180, wherever you feel like. And once you're done with that, you're pretty much warm, you're dry heaving, so you need to move to center. So when you move to center, here now you work your balance, you work on because now you're not holding on to anything. I usually feel that here you really test your balance, and then you really test your strength of your muscles without the support of your bar. Yeah. So it's a very detailed process. In center practice, you also start slow. You also don't go just building up higher. You start slowly with slower movements, but then lifting your leg to wherever you can reach. The sky is the limit. Then you go to quick movements of the feet. Then you go to rises. Then you now finish also the center practice. There's something called a grand Allegro. What is happening? Grand Allegro. Grand Allegro is also the same thing. Big movements as you're finishing. Now you finish your class. Yes, so bar work usually takes around 27. I like to keep it at 27 minutes. But when I'm really doing a very detailed bar, we do it for 30 to 40 minutes. And then the rest of the time, we may say about 30 more minutes for now center practice. Yeah. So in total, it comes to 1 hour and 20 minutes for most classes. Even for advanced level, it never changes. It really never changes. It goes 1 hour 20 minutes for all classes. If you're actually going on advanced, they really are strict. 1 hour 20 minutes, so that the dancers can go do now rehearsals. But when you're starting out, the class can be longer. It can be 2 hours. For the people that I train at the mansion, we do 1 hour 30 minutes. We do 1 hour 30 minutes. You can ask them. They finish class and they're like, Jesus Christ, are we supposed to walk again? Yes. So you start out with bawak. Even there, you slowly build up all the way to big movements. Then now we come to the center. You move away from the bar. Then you come to the center where also small movements into grand, finishing with a grand. And then after that, you can finish with a cool down. If you have time, you cool down. But for most classes, you just move on to stretching personally. And then now, yes, Connie, of course, I expected it from her. Yes, after class, you just laugh yourself all the way to the mat so that you can stretch, because you can't even for me, class, it doesn't get, it gets easier. Of course it gets easier. You find yourself finishing class and you're like, oh, I made it through. I made it through. Yes, of course. You feel like, was this supposed to end me? Was this supposed to be the end? The end of me. So I usually like to stretch after class. So you could say after the center practice, you can move on now to stretching. Yeah. You can move on to stretching because your muscles are really warm, but you have to do a cool down just to tell your muscles like, hey, we're no longer running from the tiger. We are now cooling down, unless you have like a rehearsal or more dancing. Yeah. So you come back, you stretch, you say thank you to your body, thank you for your face, thank you to your tears for not falling, of course. Yeah, welcome all of you who have joined. We have tackled quite a bit. But let me just recap anything. I hope that is okay. And yes, here we are. So we have said I am the Nyekambish, the one who was in the poster. I know I don't look the same as the poster, but yeah, it's okay. So here we were really talking about, is age an hindrance, is weight a hindrance, is all these factors, height, width, length, all of that, are those hindrances? And no, they are not, because I feel that those are usually like, because of the ballet community. The ballet community has consisted of slim girls, but we have seen even in the beauty industry, people are breaking those rules. So even in ballet, why not? Yeah. So I have talked about age has never been, no, not a hindrance. I started at 11, which you may consider young, but for the ballet community, they consider it a bit late, because your body has already can I say, yeah, has already fully formed its bones. They like to start with 3 years, because then they can, let me not use morph, they can really train them or sculpt them to the ballet image. Yes, but because now you're an adult, you can sculpt yourself to what you want to be, the type of ballerina that you want to be. Your age absolutely doesn't matter. Your weight absolutely does not matter. As long as you can move from a chair to pick up the remote, or pick up a paper or something, bend and pick up something, of course you can do ballet. We have talked about the health, the what to consider when you're starting ballet. We have talked about being patient with yourself, knowing that the growth curve is never just a straight line. It is a whole bump of everything. And just to be, yes, we've said, oh my God, we've said patience. We have said, my notes did not, they have chucked. We have said patience. We have said, if anyone can remind me, yes, we have said patience, being patient with yourself and your teacher, consistency, what you eat, all that. Yes, consistency just meaning you do your exercises, do them many times so that they can just become muscle memory at that point. Yes, they're hard, but as you keep doing them, they become easier. Then what to consider, another thing to consider, your food. your fuel intake. You do need fueling for your class and also throughout the day. So yes, take a lot of if carbs work for you and they give you energy but they don't make you, heavy or soggy before a class or before any physical exercise, yes, take it. Whatever works for you. I can't give you a strict diet to follow because bodies are different. Yeah, they are different. So yes, what to eat there, you just have to find out really what works for you. I've given an example with myself where I eat quite many carbs in the morning, like cereal before I work out. I work out, and then now for my second breakfast I take now bread with something. Yeah. And then now we have moved on to the importances. We've said the health importances that come with ballet, emotional importances, emotional importances whereby you are able to express yourself and use the emotional things that you might be feeling to really be in the moment and dance. We have talked about how it builds your strength and your stamina. We have talked about what to expect in your ballet class. Yes, we have talked about a lot. What to expect in your ballet class. From bar work, where you're holding on to something and then you slowly build up to big movements, still at the bar. And then now when you take away the bar, now you're at the center, called the center practice, where now you also continuously build up to big exercises. And then afterwards, which if you're not going for rehearsals, to go to another, rehearsals just meaning dancing more after class. Yeah. Dancing more after class, you can go now to the cool down, the stretching, all of that. Yoga also works. Yeah, oh yeah. Yes, there's a teacher who used to just do a little yoga for us when we finished, like breathing technique to just really release the pains and tears that you were feeling before as you were dancing and being forced to take your legs to great heights. Yes. And I believe that is all. I would like to see questions if anybody has any. Yes. Yeah. Of course. Yes, of course, of course. Thank you, Connie. We have also seen a lot of, yes, back to the importance, benefits are countless. Just, ballet gives you a lot. It gives you a lot because you're constantly working your body. So when you constantly work your body, you will lose weight or you will define muscles that, yes, I will say muscles. For guys, they want to hear abs. Yes, those ones will be defined by force. Your arms and your body will just will have strength and will have stamina. And you will see just like daily things that you used to not like. I used to find out jogging was a no for me. I did not like jogging whatsoever. I don't highly recommend it for ballerinas because you use our joints a lot, like knees. So jogging might exhaust your knees and also injury prevention unless you're just jogging with really nice shoes, really like good shoes. But oh yes, the lights are back. Yeah, right on time when I'm done. Anyway, so we were talking about how you can find daily things that were actually like a bit hard for you to do become all of a sudden easier, like climbing stairs. Your friends are taking their time and you find yourself having this renewed energy and you don't know where it's from. It's from designated exercises from ballet. Remind us how much are the classes and what time. So the classes are 1,000 shillings and it's always going to be Wednesday 4 to 5. Yes. Thank you for that question. So Wednesday, we will start this week, yeah, 7th September. We start 7th September. That is going to be on a nice Wednesday, hopefully sunny. whichever weather we will still do it. And it's from 4 to 5. Yes. What to wear for ballet? What to wear for ballet class? I will join this to a funny story of the first time I went into a ballet class. So I was 12, I was 11, about 11, 12. And when I got in, we didn't think of asking what to wear, because I think they also just didn't know at the time what to really tell parents what a leotard is. God, no. So when we checked Google, we checked, no, I think it was YouTube, and we saw, oh, kumbe ni swimming costume. Okay. So the first day when I went to my ballet class, the girls are beautifully worn their nice pink leotards with their pink tights and their shoes. And Miss Ma'am came in with her very bright pink. It was a hot pink swimming costume with strings and big shimmers here in the arms with black tights. So no, please do not wear swimming costume. Wear a leotard or leggings with a fitting t-shirt. If you're well enough, you're not comfortable wearing a fitting t-shirt, wear just anything cotton. Anything cotton, not. Yeah, I'm telling you, I live in the depths of the sea. We have a wasp here. It's fine. So do not wear a swimming costume. Wear anything cotton, because you're going to be sweating. Yes, it's a guarantee. You will be sweating, so wear anything cotton. Even this can be good as long as it is comfortable for you, and you can wear leggings. Leggings are nice because they hold you, and also leggings and tights, they really show the leg nicely, and I can be able to see, like, yes, that is your knee, yes, and really be able to see, like, if you're engaging the right muscles. Yeah. Yes, legging, fitting t-shirt. If for those people who may not feel comfortable with fitting t-shirts, let it not be too fitting, but as long as it's cotton and I can be able to see your back, yes, let it not be like a huge big t-shirt, but anything cotton that goes along with your body, that would be nice. It is a safe space anyway. So yeah, no one is, because in a ballet class, I try to tell myself no one is looking at you. Everyone has their own stuff they're looking at. Even in the mirror, no one is there. People are looking at themselves like, oh my God, they're also worrying what you're seeing. Yes. As a beginner, should I think dancing on my toes? No. I get this question a lot. So when you're starting out ballet, you will not go on your toes because you're just starting out. So ballet, you start on the balls of your foot. So when you go, we say just a rise. Just so that this is your leg, and this is your heel. You just go on to releve. Releve is just going to the balls of your feet with your toes on the floor. Yes, like you're reaching for something on the top shelf. That is what I mean. Yeah, so we're not going all the way to the toes. All the way to the toes is when you're advanced level, because then you have built the stamina, you have built the strength in your muscles, and not in the muscles, in your ankles, and of course, your muscles, knees, to go all the way to your full tippy toes. Yeah. Any more questions? I would love to answer. Yeah. Something also I have been learning as I kept going with ballet for the times I've been here is that really get a good foundation. Get a good foundation with a teacher who will teach you the right way, because even if I started out at 11, 12, I didn't start really dancing ballet until I was like, I think even the teacher was also learning, so he taught us, yes, the basics, which you have to really teach the kids, or teach the people who are starting out. Adults, for you don't actually, you really have to just master how to use your muscles in those exercises. That is what I mean by foundation. Yeah, you have to know that a lot of muscles will need to be used, and which muscles to engage. So these terms are many. Should I start reading for them? No, of course not. Because when ballet, yes, others, yeah, French terms. We don't speak French. We don't speak French for ballerina. Ballet has a lot of terms, but then you just learn them as you go on. I didn't have to learn. You are just told, do a plie, do a plie, do a plie, until it just takes. You just automatically know, oh yeah, this is a plie. You don't have to sit down and read a theory for ballet. No. The terms, you will have to know them, but you will know them as you go on. So I will be showing you, this is a plie. You just bend your knees with your arms following you. This is a tendu. A tendu, you just stretch your leg either in front, either side, or to the back. This is a jeté. You just take your leg in front at 45 degrees. You just slowly learn them until they're just engraved in your mind. Yeah, even for me right now, at the grade that I'm in, I still don't know all the ballet terms, and they're also very, very different, depending on which curriculum you're actually going with. Yes, because okay, for the ones who might know, there is jeté and there is dégagé. Yes, so they're two things, but jeté is for the Royal RAD, and dégagé is Vaganova and Italian ballet. So it is, they you will just learn them as you keep going. Yes. Yeah. So yes, when you master, thank you, Connie. A good foundation involves correct mastering. Yes. That is what I would advise for anyone starting out ballet. If you are able to master your muscles and really correctly align yourself, you can really see changes. Ballet curriculums expand. Yes, let me expand on this. So ballet, it was originally, this one has a long history, but let me just tell you the curriculum. So there is the Russian ballet, which is Vaganova. Yes, you hear Vaganova Academy, which is the most. It teaches a lot of the Russian ballet, and for Russian ballet or the Vaganova curriculum, they have very dramatic. I would say, if you watch them, for many people who have watched them, many ballerinas who've watched them, they have really dramatic. They have really dramatic movements, very high legs, very flexible legs, and for them also, they usually use one alignment, meaning for yes hi, we're talking about the Russian ballet, which is Vaganova. Yes, because we have very many curriculums. Yeah. So, the Russian ballet is consisted of very long legs and dramatic movements. Then we have the RAD. Yes, the Royal Academy of Dance, where it usually is done in England, the western and also northern areas of the world, because ballet actually just evolved from there. Yeah, so they have their own style, and this one is more very technical. It is very technical, very smooth, and it is really. It was not the Romantic era That is a different one. But in their era, it was really smooth movements. And RAD, I like teaching RAD because I feel like ballet is smooth. Yes, it's smooth. I like teaching the Russian ballet because I feel for the dramatic dances, you do need that dramatic aspect to your dancing. Yeah. Then we go to the Italian ballet, which is now it's just Italian. Italian. They also do RAD, but they like to section it to Italian. So for them, you will see mostly in the hands. It's usually different in the hands. So they have this. It was in the romantic era, so it was more of the love stories, Cinderella. Those ones are taught using the Italian version of ballet. So usually just romantic hands, and it's usually just a more romantic feel. And then this move also came from there. This one, if you can see it here, all the way to the chest, and hands looking this way. It was the romantic era to show love or something. It was, of course, from Italy. Yeah. So we have said Russian ballet, RAD, Royal Academy of Dance, and Italian ballet. They all. It doesn't matter which curriculum you use, because in dancing you won't necessarily look at the curriculum. It's not an exam. When you're doing a play in front of everyone, whichever method you're using, as long as you're doing the move. Yeah. And if it needs a dramatic, you will shine depending on the curriculum that you use. If you're doing a play called Giselle, needs very soft, light skipping, those little petite movements, those ones, the RAD shine. For dramatic for dramatic acts, Russian will shine. For the love stories, they mostly use the Italian ballet. Yeah. And that, yes, very detailed, because I could talk about it the whole day. Yes. Are there any more questions as I sip water? I told you, hydrating. Very important. Any more questions, if you have any? Yeah. Of course, see you bright and late, bright and late, 4 to 5, 7th September. Yeah. If there are any more questions, you may roll them in. But if there aren't, I think that is enough for what to expect on 7th and onwards. Yeah. Thank you so much for all of you who have joined. It was very beautiful to have your attention on a Sunday. Of course, Sunday, the napping day. For National Napping Day, it should be given that. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone who has joined in, everyone who has listened, and we will see each other 7th. Yes, you're welcome, Connie. I've loved this very much too. And we will see each other 7th. Yes, of course. Bye. I will be ending the video. Thank you.